this movie is going to be a success, just not only because of the messages and the acting and the music and the design and the whole thing, but because we need it. We need this kind of music nowadays.
It's a period Christmas movie with a Black family at the center of it.
That was the thing that drew me to it the most. The last two things you said are the things that I found the most interesting, that really resonated with me, is that we're going to do it Victorian and all Black people, and or not all Black people, but certainly a diverse cast. And that's the thing I really like about the project, is that David Talbert and his wife, Lynn, who produced it, they're just like, okay, so we got Black people wearing Victorian clothes. So what? Let's just tell a human story, and the characters just happen to have melanin in their skin. The other thing, once we got into production and we were doing principal photography, once all the costumes came on, then it started to get really interesting, because you're seeing kente cloth designs in the Victorian clothes. You're seeing African patterns in the girls' hair pieces. And that, so it gave us this kind of heritage, the flavor of our heritage. I loved the fusion, the mixture of these two different cultures. It was really fantastic.
How moving it is to know that when this movie comes out, there are going to be kids sitting on the couch with their parents going, hey, that looks like me.
I think it's essential. For this day and age, it's essential that those kids grow up seeing that that's a possibility for them, that kind of magic and hope happens in their lives. They know that because they're experiencing their lives. The issue has always been that they haven't seen it. I think it's so important. I think it's crucial for the development of young children of color to see themselves, because when you see yourself, then all of a sudden the possibilities open up.
I will fix it, you'll see, or I will come up with something even better. And you want to know why? Because I'm the toy maker of the year, 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 toy maker of the year.
I remember as a really little kid seeing something on TV. Oh, I think it was called Cindy with Charlene Woodard. And it was like a take on Cinderella. And I remember being astounded by her and what she was doing. And I thought she was phenomenal. And I had no idea who she was at the time. I was, a child. But I think it's really important that when we have these firsts, that we remember they don't have to be the only. Mm-hmm. And that's really important, because I think the kids that are watching it, young Black children who are watching it, young children of color who are watching it, are going to be feeling and seeing things that will speak to them in a particular way. Young children who are not of color are going to be seeing and feeling things that relate to them. And because they are kids, they're not going to be thinking about the firstness of it.
No, that's not possible. Square root of. That's if we're regular would be. You understand this? What about this one?
That's the circumference of spectacular.
No, I think this movie, it's this new classic. It's a special new classic that's coming out right now, and it incorporates all of those things, and it's the ancient by having the sets, these amazing costumes, to this new CGI animation as well. It expands the boundaries, and I was excited to get a chance to do it. And music, of course, it's a musical.
The invention of Jingle Jangle.
Look at that!
What kept you connected to it? A lot of people would say after maybe 5 years, they'd be like, I'll move on. But what kept you going? What kept you determined?
I put it away for a while, but when my son was born and we sat down to watch the classics I grew up with, I was so excited and to show him Chitty Chitty Bang Bang, but he wasn't into it. And so I realized they felt it was my nostalgia, but he needed something that felt a little bit more contemporary. And then I wanted something that still had that nostalgia in there. So it was time to do it, but to make it this time with characters and images that represented how the world looks, including him. And I think it was the right time for it.
Why do you think that you were able to make the movie now? like, you know, like we said, it's been a while, it's been in the works for a while. Why is this time where finally someone said, you know what, we're giving you the money, we're going to make it work?
It was Netflix. It was Scott Stuber and Nick Nesbitt, who I sat down with, and I just was honest with them. They said, what I want to do, is this big event musical. And I said, but every year we sit down, my family, and we watch holiday movies that we love. And every year there is not one movie with anyone that represents anyone that looks like us.
What happened when you sat down with other studios and pitched it?
Well, there was a revolving button that they had. So you sit down in the chair, and as soon as you start talking about big budget, you didn't know that they hit that button, and then all of a sudden you've been catapulted out of the studio. You're like, wait.
Hold on.
That's what happened.
Ms. Rashad, what was it like flying? Spoiler alert, you fly.
Spoiler alert. Well, there's something I've wanted to do ever since I was a kid, because I used to watch Mary Martin be Peter Pan every year. And that was just so magical when they'd sprinkle that fairy dust and then they'd fly, and they take off. And I thought, I want to do that.